In Clash Royale, there are two ways to progress. The first one, which we all know, is by playing every day, opening chests, and gradually upgrading cards. And also, go insult players who use Barbarian Barrel, why not? And the second way is to take out your credit card, put it on the table, and get into debt like I did, so you have to use the code JAWSY7. And based on these two premises, I decided to do an experiment. I'm playing with two identical accounts, one completely free and the other where I bribe my way to progress. But while one progresses normally like any other player, the other is already on its way to becoming a true pay-to-win monster. So today I'm going to play with both, and at the end of the video we'll make the most thorough comparison yet between the two accounts. So we started playing with the account that had the most tasks left to do, the account that suffers, the poor account. Starting with the most important task that every player does when they open Clash Royale, which is checking the clan. And it seems like there's quite a long chat. Look at this guy, delete the barbarian trash. This guy knows what's up, this guy knows what's up. After that, I would open two important reward chests from the trophy road. The legendary one gave us an Inferno Dragon. Nice! Super important, one of the best legendaries we could get. Thank you, Supercell, I love you. And the giant chest was terrible, but oh well. We bought a miner in the shop to upgrade him to level 10. In the first match, where the Inferno Dragon was supposed to debut, it was actually the miner who did. I mean, he spent the whole match waiting for the perfect moment, and that moment never came because I never used him. However, I was sure he would be useful for us from now on. Because in these arenas, there are tons of hidden tanks. I know them! After that match, I got 1,000 archers, which is literally the only one of our two evolutions that we use a lot. We were really lucky. Thank you, Papa Supercell. And on top of that, I took the opportunity to open my first king's chest, which would have princesses to upgrade my tower. Because I couldn't afford to play with a lower level tower in these arenas. But unintentionally, at that moment, I selected the Royal Recruits deck. And without realizing it, I entered the match with that deck. The curious thing that blew my mind, literally no joke, is that we faced Cannoneer, my friend. What were the odds? And guess which deck is the perfect counter to Cannoneer? Exactly! Ours. No, just kidding, ours is. Literally, what we had equipped by accident was the perfect counter to that tower. Even so, it was a tough match. But honestly, we started off with some really weird luck. And of course, guys, how could we not have that luck when we had the code Jose in the shop, guys? Obviously, we would have that luck. I mean, it's normal. It's normal not to have the code. How could I not? I don't have the code. And as we moved through Arena 11, we kept running into stranger and stranger opponents. Like this guy who just used that emote on us as if to say, when you literally just made a bot move a few seconds ago. Well, even bots are smarter than this guy. Because at a point in the match where my superiority was so clear, I allowed myself to do something absolutely ridiculous. Like dropping a PKK plus some archers in that position. Unfortunately, the opponent managed to connect his two working brain cells and defended with just 3 elixir. I even dared to spend more elixir with some arrows. I'm such an idiot! That means at that moment, the opponent got a clean 10 elixir advantage over me, which is basically dooming yourself in the match. Although he tied the game by taking advantage at that moment, he mismanaged and lost the match. Because I'm really good. I also ran into a real Expo player. I emphasize the word real because usually they're bots. Although this one wasn't much different from one because he seemed like a bot. He always fell for my magic archer plus bridge miner trap. Poor guy. And at the end of the match, guess what? I tried to troll him. Well, it's every Clash Royale player's duty to troll Expo players. Don't blame me, right? Don't blame me. Although I couldn't because my PKKA got away from him. Poor guy. I was already moving up to a higher arena and out of the normal rules. The higher you are, the fewer weird players you run into. But the guy with the tactical freezes shows up every now and then. One of those characters who drops amazing freezes. They're incredible. They really make me laugh. They're part of Clash Royale's folklore. I was just 2 trophies from Arena 12, but didn't want to advance the usual way because I'm not normal. Well, actually, I would do it in the most epic way possible. I'll play with a random deck that includes the charge. Let's see what I get from this chest. Inferno Dragon. Okay, that's fine. My collection that you're seeing here is pretty weak, so the random deck will probably be trash. So in 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's really bad. It's way too bad. We start with an Ice Golem at level 1, man. It's at level 1 we pair it with a giant because everyone knows the best combination with Ice Golem is the giant. I hope they don't bring Mega Knight. Oh, it's confirmed that I'm not the only low-level player in this match. An Ice Golem here, even at level 1, might save us. Because the Inferno Dragon has a lot of DPS and doesn't jump onto the tower. Perfect. I'm even going to treat myself to attacking with level 1 cards. Yeah, they probably won't do anything. The key is a secret to surviving in this match full of mega knights at the bridge. It's spamming cards like Luca in the center and praying the Lord's Prayer 2 or 3 times. Nah, I'm just joking, but still, it's hard to defend against this guy, especially because of his charge level, and even the counter-attack that formed on our left side. We can take advantage of it by making a counter-attack on the right, because he's going to focus on defending everything I have on the left, and he's going to ignore what I have on the right. No, the damage we did is beautiful. Go home. And now who's laughing? And now who's laughing? And that's how we advanced to Arena 12 in the most epic way possible, I told you. And now I'll continue my journey with my traditional deck. My journey through Spooky Town started off pretty absurd. With the first match that got complicated. Just 30 trophies ago, I was winning with level 1 cards and putting on a masterclass, man, the way I defended. Even though we won that match. And in the next 30 trophies, things got complicated too. And even more. And the opponent was even worse than anything my eyes have ever seen. No, seriously. He was bad. Although basically the match got complicated just because of a single sparky shot that hit the tower, and his lack of ability to launch sensible attacks made him lose. Even though we were close in real trophies, it seemed like I was facing different people than those I faced in Arena 11. The matches got more complicated than expected, although we kept climbing and we also ran into another guy. One of those tactical freezes, it's incredible. It seems like freeze is the hardest card to play in the game. There's no way they use it that well, man. And after a painful defeat, we ended up halfway through Arena 12. On the pay-to-win account, we also had too many things to do. First, I claimed the free freeze, although I wouldn't redeem it just yet. And don't worry, because we also got the 200 fragments on the poor account. We also opened king chests and trophy road chests, although on this account, it doesn't matter much. And before we started playing, we would do something pretty wild with our deck. And for that, we would spend most of our magic items. And I geared up by buying things from the shop, which matched what I was going to do with my deck. Obviously using the code HOSI. We would upgrade 2 important cards to level 15 first, the Goblin since it's our signature card, and the Balloon our win condition. But doing this was literally a mistake. Just by upgrading 2 cards, we went up 8 king levels, and as a result, we went from a level 11 tower to level 13, which was definitely very harmful, because it's not worth it to have just 2 cards only 10% stronger. Compared to the possibility of facing level 15 players who are super crazy, there was a big difference in experience given between upgrading something from level 14 to level 15, then from level 13 to level 14. So my other upgrades focused on upgrading cards from level 13 to level 14. So because of this big mistake, I'm not exaggerating. Our path through this arena would probably be more difficult. In fact, our first match was more complicated than usual, although we still won. But in the next one, my new deck level really showed right away. The opponent used a log thinking that would get rid of my witch, and after that he sent a skeleton army to my miner, expecting an arena without the witch. But she, super powered, was still there causing trouble, and she made the opponent waste 5 elixir. That triggered a series of nervous reactions from the opponent. We took advantage of that and got the 3 crown win. I was already in my match to move up to the new arena. But honestly, it was easier than beating you, yes, the one who's watching me. With the first double attack, I took down both of their towers at once, and when these two converged on the central one, they gave me entry to the new arena. Now in Arena 17, it was logical to think that the matches would get more complicated. But again, the first match in this arena was easier than anything else I had faced. I had already gained more than 100 trophies. And I thought my second match in Arena 17 would be different. But honestly, this guy you're seeing here was one of the dumbest opponents I've ever faced. I'm not exaggerating. And this didn't necessarily make the match shorter. On the contrary, he wasted some resources on defending against absurd attacks. I won a bit slower, but I still won. The next opponent seemed good. His name is Mr. Angel. Respect. Just kidding. But my levels were 6 higher in some cases. That crushed him. That made me realize that at this level, they play well. They had some kind of chance against Gamardo. Imagine this situation. Spending 5 elixir to defend against 2, and it still doesn't work for you. It's outrageous. And it's not like I played well either. Well, that he knows. It's just that my perfected attack and my high level did the job for me. So describing how I literally destroyed them in this arena would be kind of boring, because basically each match was worse for them. And better for me. I changed my playstyle a bit. I no longer focused on pushing just one lane. Now I attacked from both sides. Yeah. What a rat. My strong push usually went on the right, while on the left I kept constant pressure with heroic goblins and some other things, which might seem weak. Yeah, it does seem that way. But weak? Your grandma's weak, because just like that, I destroyed it, and in no time I was already in the next arena. After how ridiculously easy this journey was, I set myself a kind of personal challenge to clear this arena as fast as possible. And what happened there? That's a topic for another video. And we ended up at 7,000 trophies. Now I'll compare 3 important points between both accounts. First, card collection. The free-to-play account has 70 cards unlocked, and the paid account has found almost all the cards in the game, including 12 legendaries and 3 champions. Meanwhile, the free-to-play account only has 2 legendaries and 0 champions. Also, the average level of its decks is quite uneven. The paid account's average deck level is 5 levels higher. Second, the trophy road. And at first glance, you can see the huge difference. Today we gained 400 trophies on the free-to-play account, and in the same amount of time, the pay-to-win account gained almost 3 times more. It's outrageous. With more than 3,000 trophies ahead for the paid account. And third, and the most important point, performance in matches, which we analyzed with the help of an external application. We see that the free-to-play account played 159 matches, it won 146 and lost 13. That's a good performance, and about half of the matches were won with 3 crowns, so that's very good. Very good for me because I played them. But the paid account takes those stats to the extreme. It has a win rate of over 99%, and almost all of its victories were 3 crown wins. Guys, I'm going to take a break from this series. I know I haven't been very consistent uploading it, but now I'll be even less consistent. Just kidding, I just want to bring more variety and better content to the channel. For now, we won't have rich versus poor account videos for a while, but we will have more and better content. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.